the advice that I give people is advice that I got from other women din na yun nga, yung make a space for yourself, never apologize for taking up that space.
Okay.
Tapos just keep working on what you like to do. Yung kung meron kang hilig, like, ano man yung sarili mo, just keep on doing it.
Let it flow,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Let it
Kasi,
go.
yeah, let it go.
Sabi nga ng Elsa.
May problema din si Elsa.
To all the listeners, welcome back sa Kwentong Drawing Podcast. This is a program where we share and tell stories of Filipino creatives inside the diverse world of arts. Now, for today's episode, we are going to talk about the role of the women in the industry of the modern art scene. Now, since it's Women's Month this March, or Women's Appreciation Month, itong episode natin is special, celebrating the Women's Month. And to make this more special at mas magkaroon pa ng depth and more relatable itong episode natin, I invited one of my artist female friends, ilan sa mga pinakamagagaling na artist, Filipino artist dito sa Edmonton. So, she is a visual artist, locally renowned here in Edmonton, Alberta, and who also joined multiple international galleries. A true professional, an artist and a friend, a talented Filipina, ladies and gentlemen, Miss April Angeles. Yay!
Hindi, Angeles.
Angeles na lang. Hindi kasi minsan kasi pag napupunta na tayo dito, nag-iiba na yung mga pangalan natin eh.
No.
Diba?
So, yung pagdating dito, para yung ina-accept pa natin na iniiba ng mga,
di ba?
people na,
Kino-correct mo ba?
dati hindi, pero now, gusto ko, sabihin ko Angeles, kasi bakit naman hindi? Pangalan ko yun.
Yeah. So, I wanted to learn more about how was your childhood looks like back home?
So, nung bata ko, actually, from then hanggang ngayon, ako yung tipo na tao na hindi nag-iba to, na I'm normally quiet. Hindi naman yung sobrang tahimik na hindi ako nagkipag-usap sa mga tao. But, the more you get to know me, mas
Parang,
dun lumalabas yung ingay.
so tahimik ka dati nung bata?
No, even when I was a kid, mas shy ako, yeah.
Shy type?
Pero yung confidence ko naman, I would say, was good. Kasi yung school din that I went to sa Philippines, they encouraged yung confidence sa mga bata. Like, yung, meron like, we'd have yung mga presentations that would encourage us to stand in front of people na either oration, like yung poetry, or like speeches, or we would do yung mga group na presentations. So, and the environment that I grew up in, na-encourage naman din ako na just being myself in the sense na kung ano yung kulo ko.
Saan kayo sa atin?
Sa Quezon City, sa Philippines. Sa Metro Manila.
So, ano ba yun? Parang probinsya or may
Hindi, sa Metro Manila.
Sa ano na, syudad na, no?
sa syudad.
Ako kasi laking ako, bukid ako. Ikaw ba, Kuya Sandy? Probinsya, bukid ako eh. So, yung mahihain din talaga ako dati. Pero once na, kaharap mo na yung mga kaibigan mo, maingay na rin. Anyway, when I visited your place, April, I got a chance to talk with Tito Noel, your dad.
Ala.
Tama ba? Noel.
Yeah.
Tapos na curious ako or na-amaze ako dun sa story nila na kayo yung typical na family talaga na nag-migrate. Buong family nag-migrate, So, paano yung adjustment mo dati? Ilang taon ka ba nung pumunta ka dito?
I was 15.
Okay.
When I moved here. Kasi nung bata ako,
Yeah.
ako yung, I didn't really think about anything but being a kid. Na wala akong responsibility, na just bata lang talaga. But when we came here, nung 15 ako, more often than not, kasi yung parents ko nagtatrabaho. And most of the time, ako yung naiiwan sa mga kapatid ko. I'm the eldest of 3.
When you moved here, correct me if I'm wrong, April, because I talked to Tito Noel, sabi niya nung nag-move sila, kasama din nag-move yung mga ibang mga gamit niyo, may mga gamit kayong dinala na hindi typical sa mga nagmo-move sa from Philippines to Canada. Basta pumunta lang silang buong di ba, household, I mean buong family. Pero kayo, may mga dala kayong mga ilang percent ng gamit ang nadala niyo?
I want to say about 70 to 80%.
Wow. Ano yun? May pagka ba sa family nyo, parang sentimental kayo sa mga gamit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasi yung most ng gamit na dinala from the Philippines is yung galing pa sa mga great-grandparents.
I see. Oh, okay.
So talagang meron na siyang very deep-rooted na, deep na, sentimental value.
Okay.
So,
but as you as a person, are you also like attached sa mga gamit?
I think yung kagandahan nung dala namin yung mga gamit na yun, kasi 'di ba nasa Pilipinas din yung things na yun. It lent a little bit of familiarity.
Okay.
Na yung pagdating dito sa Canada, hindi lahat iba. There were still bits from yung parang things from our home na hindi completely new yung surroundings namin sa bahay.
Okay.
So it lent a bit of familiarity na nagkaroon din syempre yung just comfort din.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ano yung pinaka-paborito mong gamit na dinala or yung gamit na hindi mo pwedeng iwanan?
Hindi ko pwedeng iwanan.
Oo.
Sa mga dinala.
Mga dinala niya.
Iniwan nila eh.
So yung mga gamit. So yung mga gamit na nasa bahay nyo ngayon,
Gusto nito.
mostly kay Tito Noel at kay
and my
Tita
mom,
Alma.
yeah.
Okay.
Yung bike ko iniwan.
Bike.
O yung mahal yung bike.
Okay.
No, kasi nung sa Philippines ako, every afternoon after school, like, nagbabike ako around the subdivision.
Uh-huh.
Nagpupulot ako ng mga pusa.
Ay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm allergic to cats. I am very allergic to cats.
Lumabas na lang yung allergy mo nang nandito ka o dati pa?
Hindi, dati pa. Okay. Akala ko dati allergic din ako sa aso.
Okay.
Pero yung pagdating dito, na pusa lang talaga yung allergy ko.
So, yun nga, most mga gamits, mga things, furniture ninyo, kay Tita Alma tsaka kay Tita Noel. Wala ka masyadong contribution doon.
Wala akong contribution. Pero may value na rin sa akin yun. Kasi syempre, dala yung parang history ng family na.
Yung pinakamalaking bagay na dinala nyo from Philippines na, at paano nyo dinala dito?
Yung naka-container.
Container.
Yeah. Tapos,
Bihira
I
yan.
know. O di, ang mahal nun.
Rich kitchen sa Philippines. Rich kitchen.
Hindi naman.
Okay. So, anong bagay yung pinakamalaki?
Yung talagang gusto nila, yung set pa nung great-grandparents ko. Na yung nandun sa sala namin, yung carved na wood.
Set na alin? Set na
yung dalawang
living room?
Ay, living room.
Okay.
Yeah. Tapos dala pa namin, may mesa kaming dining room set na sa, yun nga, great-grandparents ko rin.
As a child, ano yung madalas nyong curious kasi ako pa, gusto kong malaman yung experience ni April nung bata siya kasi I think yun yung age or yun yung stage kung saan mabibuild yung natin, yung curiosity natin, 'di ba? That will define us who we are right now, 'di ba? Parang tulad ko dati, mahilig akong sa mga laruan, ganyan. Kaya medyo nahilig din ako sa laruan ngayon.
Yeah.
Konti lang. But kayo ba? Ano yung mga things na nilalaro nyo? Bukod sa bike.
Yeah.
Ano yung mga madalas na laruan nyo dati?
So, yung time na yon, I mean, I had dolls din. Kasi syempre girl, diba?
Okay.
Pero mas mahilig ako sa libro.
Oh.
Sabi ng mom ko, like, may kita mo na lang sa isa't at tahimik ko raw na bata usually, na nagbabasa lang ako. Lumalabas yung ingay ko kapag umaalis yung lolo't lola ko. So,
Bakit? Strict ba sila?
Hindi. Kasi I was so attached to my lola na gusto ko lagi akong kasama niya. So, sa umaga, they actually had to push the car out of the garage onto the street na hanggang doon sa dulo na ng street, doon pa lang nila i-start yung makina ng kotse.
Lola,
Kasi,
Lola's dot, anong
Lola's
term
girl.
Lola's girl.
Yeah. Pero maririnig ko pa rin. Gigising ako, tatakbo raw ako doon sa harapan ng sa harapan ng bahay doon sa front na windows, akitin ko pa raw yung grill doon sa bintana.
Really?
Sumisigaw daw ako na magbasa.
Yeah.
But yeah, that aside, I played a lot with yung younger cousin ko at saka yung brother ko. So, meron sila yung mga robots sila, yung mga cars. So, mixed yung mga hilig ko nung bata ako. Hanggat sa tumanda ako na hilig ko, like, napahilig ako sa anime.
Pamahal na ng pamahal lang gusto mo.
Oo, pamahal yung gusto ko. Yung yun nga, yung napahilig na rin ako sa anime.
Okay.
So, yung mga, lumabas, di ba, nung 90s yung Gundam? Yung Voltes 5 early on pa, Daimos. I really liked yung mga ganun. So, hanggang ngayon, since may big person money na ako, bumibili pa rin ako
That's
ng mga
nice.
ganyan.
Diba?
Yeah, syempre. Yung,
Parang healing your,
healing your inner child.
Inner child.
Kasi yung dad ko, talagang siya na, adamant siya na, panlalaki yan.
Oh, okay.
So, there was one time na pumunta kami ng, core memory ko to. Pumunta kami ng Shoemart. Gusto ko ng Gundam. Kumuha sila para sa brother ko kasi siya yung lalaki.
Wow. So sorry to hear that.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Then natatawa din ako kasi syempre, pero yung pagtanda ko, sabi ko, kaya ko na ako nang bibili ngayon. Wala na kayong masasabi.
Yeah.
Hindi. Pero naman, I was very curious din as a child na hilig ko, kasi yung grandma ko may garden pumapaligid sa house namin. Maraming puno, maraming mga halaman, na may area dun sa backyard namin, tawag ko yung little garden ko, na mga hapon, I remember just sitting there na nag-imagine ako. Actually, meron din silang ginawang bahay kubo para sa akin dun sa backyard.
Parang tree house.
Yeah, tree house. Pero bahay kubo talaga.
Bahay kubo.
Bahay
That's
kubo,
good.
tapos meron ako mga
Pinagawa.
kuberto. Yeah, meron ako mga kuberto.
Yaman talaga?
Hindi.
Tolo ko.
Hacienda to.
Sa kami na sa mga puno-puno.
I know.
Kaya sa may mga sakingan.
Hindi. Tapos, meron din kasi yung may puno ng makopa sa likod, may kamyas. Tapos pumipitas ako ng mga ganun. Papasok ko dun sa house ko na nagluluto ako.
So, April, when you turned 15, early 14 or 15 years old,
15
so back home, sa mga edad na yon, were you, would you say na confident enough ka na para to move or confident kang mag-move sa ibang lugar or ibang bansa? Like, are you prepared?
No, I was not. Kasi yung dumating yung okay from yung Canada nga na maka-move kami doon, it only took us 2 months to prep. Tapos I think nakuha nila like kanon ba yun? June or July nakuha. Tapos September nandito na kami sa Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. So talagang nagmamadali na mag-prepare. Na I didn't really get the chance to process it very well. Kaya your question na kung confident ako na dun sa pag-move. Confident ako yung nung nasa Pilipinas ako, I was confident in myself. Yung pagdating dito sa Canada, dahil para bang biglang nag-change yung environment, nawala yung confidence.
Really?
Yeah.
So any challenges na na-experience mo? And how did you handle it?
Challenges, well, I guess yung first and foremost, yung I left yung barkada ko sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
At saka yung syempre yung loved ones namin sa Pilipinas. It's not the same. It's not the same na yung gigising ka na parang wala kang inaasikas.
I know. Nag-iba lahat di ba?
Yeah. I had to adjust to the fact na ako yung eldest. Na when my parents were away from home, ako yung bahala sa mga siblings ko. And I don't regret that. Kasi mahal ko yung siblings ko. I wouldn't change it for anything na yung naging experience ko na parang feeling ko mas lumapit ako sa mga siblings ko because of that, yun yung challenge. Syempre, I had to learn na I didn't know how to cook anything.
Kasi nasa sila madalas, si mom and dad nasa work, no?
Yeah. So, ang nangyayari doon, like, ako magsusundo sa kanya. Kasi yung school namin, malapit doon sa house.
Okay.
Eventually, kasi after living with yung great aunt ko, we moved to our own place na may apartment kami that was very close to all of our schools. So, yung brother and sister ko was in one school, ako nasa high school na ano. So, in the afternoon, since mas maaga akong makauwi, susunduin ko sila from school an hour later.
Oh.
Yeah, like lalakarin ko lang kasi like it's literally down the
Halos
street.
magkaidadan ba yung dalawang mong kapatid?
Hindi, so tigfo 4 yung age. Yung 4
Okay.
years yung age gap namin. So 4 years older
I
ako
see.
than my brother, tapos 8 years ang pagitan ko sa sister.
Pero same sila ng school na pinapasukan.
Yeah,
Okay,
ano,
that's good.
elementary.
Mas madali
elementary.
yun. Oo.
Yeah. So, mas mabilis silang maka-adapt. Kasi syempre bata. Tsaka mas, especially my brother, friendly eh.
Okay.
Ako mas introverted ako. Tahimik ako, di ba sabi ko sa'yo, like
Okay.
kapag yung una. And ito, medyo jarring sa akin yung experience nga na parang bang wala akong kaibigan, wala akong kilala.
Okay.
It was so odd. Hindi naman sa unfriendly yung mga tao, pero syempre there's a difference din sa culture na iba talaga. Kasi yung pagdating ko sa St. Catharines is where we first lived sa Ontario. 1 year kami doon. Malapit siya sa Toronto. You had to get used to the cold. Iba yung lamig din. Tapos, yun nga, yung I had to learn how to do things dun sa house for my brother and sister. Like, talagang, I had to create a schedule na, okay, pag sundo sa kanila, pag uwi sa bahay, papakainin ko muna sila, then you have to do your homework.
Panganay,
Kailangan,
Panganay material. No?
second thing that I had to get over, yung withdrawal na from being confident na as a teenager. Ang hirap
Yeah.
kasi 15.
Yeah. Sabi
Yung
mo
parang
confident ka sa Pilipinas, no? So, pagdating mo dito,
Oh my God. Like, nawala yung confidence ko. Actually, there was that entire year na nakatira kami sa Ontario, ang tahimik ko talaga. Very rarely ako na nagsasalita sa school. Hindi naman sa wala akong kaibigan. Meron naman din ako naging kaibigan. People were still kind, pero iba pa rin. At saka yung parang internally still processing, grieving na yun nga nawala.
let's say, as a woman,
Yeah.
any challenges na or na-experience mo dito or culture shock, ganun?
Culture shock, sobra. Siyempre, mas open ang mga tao sa PTA dito. Especially like bata pa lang. Like, di ba sa Pilipinas, yung school namin, bawal kayo magkaroon ng boyfriend,
Bawal.
girlfriend. Yeah.
Dito,
Dito,
no?
like, you're free to express that if you want, as long as hindi ka masyadong, you know.
Isa pag nakasakay ka sa bus, di ba? Kita mo yung
Yeah.
katabi mo.
Yeah, parang na ano pa rin tayo.
Yeah. Alam mo naman din, yung mga teenagers din di ba? Mas, expressive.
Expressive.
As a woman, I wouldn't really say na, and I didn't really let the fact that I am female, that I'm a human, that I'm a woman, hindi ko naman ginamit na, parang feeling na barrier yan to anything. Kasi I guess yun yung takeaway ko sa Pilipinas. Yung kahit na, yung feeling ko, kung ano gusto kong gagawin ko. Kasi the women that I grew up with, napaka-strong, napaka-resilient. Yung mga examples, like both the grandmothers on each end. Tapos my mom, and even my sister, na so many strong women are in my environment na parang sa akin, parang nakahiya naman na hindi ko rin attain ko ano yung gusto ko. Kung ano yung gusto ko, pwede kong gawin.
Okay.
Yung porque babae ako, it doesn't really cross my mind more often than not. Pero yeah.
What defines being a strong, independent woman? Pang pageant na.
I believe. Hindi. And I could, you know what, to be a strong, independent woman, like,
Yeah.
I could bat that back to you. Like, what would it take to be a strong, independent man? Ano yung masasagot mo doon?
Ano?
Diba? Pareho lang naman.
Ano ka ngayon?
Oo nga, bumalik sa akin, no?
Hindi. Yung
Pero no, but,
pag-isipan natin, ano ba yung pinagkaiba? Like, okay, sabihin natin physicality, yes. May mga instance, more so talaga, malakas ang lalaki kaysa babae. May mga differences talaga yun. Wala tayong magagawa, ganun tayo ginawa. Pero in terms of yung mga kakayanan natin na ano abilities mo na kaya mo, ano yung, paano mo maiiba yung mundo? 'Di ba? Do you think there's a difference sa magagawa mo kung lalaki ka man or babae? 'Di ba? So yung sa akin is, why would I let that hinder me? Hindi porke babae ako. Like, if I put my mind to something, and even now na yung influences natin dito, even in our group, sina Tita Mila, si Tita Ting, si Tita Jen, talagang they're doing so many things na it's awe-inspiring. Yung inspiring talaga na, and hindi lang babae, hindi na sa babae ko nakikita, like lahat talaga. So yung sa akin, I'll just draw inspiration from anybody. It doesn't matter kung babae o lalaki. But yeah, yung what would it take to be a strong, independent woman? Yun nga. What would it take to be a strong, independent man din?
Same,
Same
right?
din. Yeah, so in terms of, parang equal, di ba? Yung, just be yourself.
Okay.
Di ba? That's the best thing that we can do is yung, ang ganda na magta-thrive ka sa, in an environment of your own making na natutuwa yung mga tao sa paligid mo. Yung lata, yung parang utopia ba? Hindi naman, I mean, parang napaka, din, yung dreamer ba, kumbaga, naisipin yung gano'n. Pero yung, kung ginagawa mo yung gusto mo, na proud ka sa ginagawa mo, then that's it.
Speaking of your crafts, yung mga art piece, mga masterpieces na ginagawa mo, April, do you consider your art gender neutral, that has a gender neutral theme? Or kasi sa mga iba, for example, I don't know if you met her sa Artwalk, si pangalan nito? Basta yung puro babae yung painting niya malalaki. Natalia ba yun? Pangalan niya. Anyways, may mga ganun na theme. So, ano lang, parang puro babae. May mga iba naman, puro lalaki, ganyan.
May iba naman, puro particular race lang.
Yeah.
So, do you have a particular theme?
Like if I'm, kung
Sa mga gawa mo?
I wouldn't say so. Kasi yung mga gawa ko, usually it's very rooted sa emotion, or kung like, kasi usually 'di ba yung makikinig ako ng music, like when listening to music, talagang minsan na I get swept up in that, na naka-inspire to. Gusto ko yung kung ano yung nandito na kulay, yun yung parang reflective dun sa nararamdaman ko when I'm listening to this piece of music. Or kaya yun nga, yung kapag naglalakad-lakad lang ako sa saan, para makikita ko, oh, I like that color, I'm gonna add that. Yung I don't really go into a specific piece thinking this is gonna look this way, it's gonna be colored this way. Yung parang kung ano yung feeling ko talaga sa moment na yun. And I mean, gender neutral, okay lang naman din. Pero what's really funny is, a lot of people, kapag nakikita nila yung art ko, and hindi ilang isang beses nasasabi sa akin to, sinasabi sa akin, akala nila lalaki daw yung
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't...
Ano yun? Parang na-offend ba doon? Oh, that's so sexist.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Hindi naman.
Yung sa akin, kasi yung sa akin, like, hindi naman ako no-offend kagad. Yung sa akin kasi, okay, where is this comment coming from? Yung inisip ko kagad, parang, is this person trying to be offensive or yung talagang actually na ano yung sa akin, kasi kung mamasamain mo all the time, diba?
Well, sometimes you have to be careful ngayon, lalo na ngayon, sa lahat ng sasabihin mo. Kasi nakaka-offend ka minsan, hindi mo naman intention, diba?
Yeah. So I look at intention first and foremost.
Okay.
Kapag when I interact with people, yun nga, yung unang tanong ko sa sarili ko, inwardly, yung parang hindi ko sasabihin sa tao na yung I'm going to approach it from yung parang, okay, where are you coming from with this comment? Pero yung sa akin naman, hindi ako na-offend dun sa, kala ko lalaki yung gumawa. Parang, why? Let me know. Like, ano sa tingin mo yung, gusto ko yung comments, narinig ko yung feedback ng mga tao. Bakit ba, kapag tumingin ka ba dito, ano yung feeling mo? What does it make you feel like? What made you think na masculine yung essence na nandito sa painting na to? So, wala. It's also a chance to get to know people more. Like, sometimes people that you wouldn't normally have the chance to speak to, diba? Yung kasi art is so engaging. Tapos kung if they're particularly drawn to your art, ibig sabihin you're doing something right. Diba? Yun yung gusto mo makita. Parang this person came to your art specifically na, parang may nararamdaman ako kapag tinitignan ko to. Kasi diba, I work with abstracts and yung mixed media nga. So, I'm very inquisitive. Kasi when I look at something, I'll be thinking, this is what I'm feeling when I'm doing this. Pero that doesn't necessarily mean to say na the other person, whoever is looking at your art, is going to be thinking the exact same thing. Diba? So, yun. Curious ako palagi. Always, I always go into these conversations with a lot of curiosity, which again is something that I take from yung kabataan ko. I'm very curious about a lot of things.
No, una ko kayong na-meet and I think yun yung pinakaunang na-meet ko din si Kuya Sandy, same day. Na-meet ko kayo, ang unang impression ko kay Ate April is confident eh. Kasi ganito, I don't know if you remembered, may lumapit sa akin na nagpapa-free caricature ako, di ba? May lumapit na gusto magpagawa pero parang hindi niya maintindihan na free. Tapos in-explain, parang that is free, sabi ni April. So, parang wag ka na mag-comment ng marami. Free na nga yan eh, sabi na nga. Parang gusto niya kawain. Ewan ko kung naalala mo yan ha. Natawa ako. Kasi nga makulit nga eh. Parang daming tanong. Anyway, natawa ako nga. Nang-away pala to si Ate April ka. And then, naman, gano'n lang siya. And then, ayun, we learned that panganay siya. So, may panganay vibe talaga. Mahirap bang maging panganay? Lalo pag babaeng panganay. Sorry, I have to add the gender kasi.
No,
women.
just go, okay lang.
Yeah, so, any challenge of being a female, anong English ng eldest daughter?
Eldest na female?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ako yung unang female, yun nga, na anak.
Mm-hmm.
Ako yung unang female na apo.
Oh, okay.
Ako yung unang female na niece.
Mm-hmm.
So, lahat ng boxes na check ko.
So, meron bang bigat ng parang meron ka bang pressure na nafe-feel ngayon?
Oo. Hindi naman,
Na,
I wouldn't say,
that's why you are like,
would you call it pressure kapag yung,
Hindi, yung
buhay mo dito, yun na yung
because the way we, hindi ko alam kung ganito mo rin nakikita si April, Kuya Sandy, but siya parang, parang may pagka, yun nga, yung nabanggit natin kanina, yung independent woman, parang makikita mo sa kanya hindi siya yung mahiyain or pabebe na type, no?
Pero mahiyain siya.
Mahiyain, oo. Pero pag nagsalita, pag may pag nagsalita, talagang kayang-kaya niya, di ba?
Dahil sa sarili.
So yung
mahiyain siya sa ibang bagay pagdating sa...
So ano na yung tanong ko? Ayan, any pressure na bilang isang first na po.
Wala naman akong nafe-feel na pressure growing up from yung otherwise educationally, kailangan mong mag-succeed, mag-excel. If I did something that my grandma said na unladylike na behavior.
Oh, okay.
Sasabihin, kababae mo.
Okay. Di ba may mga ganun? Di ba? Kababae mong tao, ganito.
Hindi. Kasi yung my grandma, yung paternal na grandma ko, she was...
Siyempre old styles.
Yeah.
I mean, not old style.
Very prim
traditional,
and proper.
di ba?
Yeah, very prim and proper. Alam mo ba, like, nung bata ako, naalala ko mga moments na pinapalakad niya ako na may book sa taas ng
para maayos yung posture mo.
Oo.
Kaya yung posture niya, kaya ba ang posture mo is ganyan?
Ganyan ba?
Hindi siya slouchy, si April.
Ganun ba yun?
Wala pag sa crowd.
Ganyan.
Short lang ako, kaya gusto ko nagpapatungka.
April, as a strong, dependent woman, as an empowered woman, paano mo napagsasabay your work as a professional, your passion as an artist, and being a daughter? So, any balance or any challenge?
Ngayon, I'm still trying to find.
Okay.
Hindi. I think kasi syempre, yung work fixed naman yan di ba? So, sabihin na, I start at 7 o'clock, 3:30, done. Pero may mga times na mag-overtime ka kung masyadong busy, di ba?
Okay.
Pero sa akin, yung hard no ko, I'm not gonna work on a weekend. Hindi ako mag-work sa weekend. Weekend is, dapat yung time ko na yan. Tapos, di ba, gumagawa din ako sa Filipino Journal. So,
yes. Isa pa pala yun, being a contributor sa isang local newspaper, di ba?
Yeah.
Not just a contributor.
Oh.
Malaking part na dun
Well, yung yun, kailangan i-balance talaga kasi there's a huge chunk of my month na yun nga, yung Filipino Journal, yung asikasuhin ko, like, especially kapag deadline. Tapos, the way that it works in my head, I need to have a schedule for everything. Para for my peace of mind din, na alam ko yung kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin. So yung kalendaryo ko, napaka-importante sa akin na yung kalendaryo ko lagi kong sinusulatan para hindi ko na ma-muddle up yung schedule ko. So work, hard no work on talagang hard no sa weekends. Yung weekends ko, I'll spend it with friends or yung family. Naglalaan ako din time yun. Ganito rin. Yeah.
Sacred time for yourself.
Yeah. You know what? Yung last year, kasi di ba, sa simula, sa art, yung parang feeling mo, okay, lahat gusto ko salihan, man ko lahat.
Excitement.
So, di ba, kasi simula pala, tapos, after that, grabe ang burnout. The exhaustion, grabe. So, it's very important to be able to balance yung work-life na balance mo. Na kahit na yung art, mahal na mahal mong gawin, you still need to carve some time out na yung parang ako, gusto ko, uupo lang ako sa bahay, magtsatsa lang ako, magbabasa or manonood ng TV. And wala akong ganun last year. So, yung tinitingnan ko, every year, nire-review ko yung calendar ko. Yung parang okay, ano ang pwede kong gawin na mas meron akong time para sa sarili ko lang. Na yung, kasi syempre, again, introverted, kailangan ko mag-recharge. Paano ko ma-achieve yung state na ganon without yung compromising din. Yung masyadong, you have to, yun nga, yung balance. You have to find that balance. I'm still searching for it, like I said, kasi titignan ko yung, yung tinignan ko rin yung calendar ko from last year. Sabi ko magka-cut down ako, pero dinagdagan ko naman ng ibang ganito. So, parang wala naman din akong ginawa tama para sa sarili ko. So, this year, I think so far, successful naman ako na I was able to, like ngayon, may mga weekends na ako na, wala akong gagawin sa Sunday, like I'm able to parang exhale.
Thankful nga ako na uuhan kasi supposedly next week pa, di ba? Yung podcast natin, and then nagkaroon ako ng mga iba't ibang mga errands sa mga weekends. So, ina-adjust natin April sana. It's hectic. Si April ay hectic sa April. Yeah.
So, and I think it's important naman din yung, like this, yung spending time with friends. Yun, sa akin, napaka-important yun. Parang bibigyan ko kayo ng time kasi binibigyan nyo rin ako ng time. Yung parang i-reciprocate ko kasi yung parang feeling ko ang laki nung benefits ko na kilala ko tong mga taong to. You need to be able to pour into your friends. Hindi lang yung one-sided yung parang
share ka din
sa... Kasi ako, like I said, hindi ako again, yung hindi ako masyadong social dati. I'm learning na kung importante ang tao sa'yo, then you need to show them kung gaano sila ka-importante rin sa'yo. Kasi kahit na sabihin mo, yung mga sasabihin mo lang, wala yun yung show mo in your actions din.
Okay.
Na sabihin ko na, busy ako, but I will definitely make time for this kasi importante kayo sa akin. Barring yung kung talagang may sakit na ako or na pero yung it's important na pakita mo rin sa mga tao na importante sila.
I know.
And I want to be able to show people that I love and appreciate na yun nga yung nararamdaman ko para sa kanila na ayun.
Actually, this could be a question in general. What does it take to be a good artist today as a woman?
As a woman? Just do what you want to do. Yung don't let anything hinder you from doing what you want to do. Yung if you feel like you want to try something, you go for it. You just keep going for it. Ito yung sinabi sa akin, yung naalala ko sinabi ni Tita Mila sa akin, si Tita Ting. Bakit ka pa magtatanong if there's space for you? Yung make space for yourself. Yung wag ka you make space for yourself. If there's no space for yourself, parang ilagay mo yung sarili mo dyan. Gumawa ka ng sarili mong lugar.
Pisahan mo na.
Diba? Gawin mo. And never be apologetic about being in that space. You have every right to be there. Yung kasi, I think marami din sa mga babae and I think also within the artist community, nagkakaroon parang imposter syndrome. Na parang bang, ang gagaling ng mga kasama ko. May right ba ako na kasama ko sila dito? Na yung parang feeling mo, since especially nagsisimula ka pala, parang do I have the right to be here? Yes, you do. And you're already there, so why are you shying away from it? Yung panindigan mo yung
Tama.
panindigan mo nandiyan ka na eh. So enjoy it. Yeah, own it, enjoy it. Kasi ikaw din yung I find that the strongest critic sa atin yung tayo.
Yeah.
Tayo din. So malakas yung ingay na ganun sa utak mo. Ako, malakas yung ingay na ganun sa utak ko minsan, yung parang may times na parang oh my God, bakit?
Hindi ka pa na-judge, pero na-judge mo na yung sarili mo.
Oo, yeah. Lahat na ng masamang pwedeng sabihin sa ng tao, feeling mo yun. Feeling mo lang ha. Sinasabi mo na sa sarili mo. And you're the one holding yourself back. So,
Go lang.
diba? Go lang. And you know what? Valid naman din if sometimes you feel inadequate. Hindi natin maiiwasan as people na may mga times, syempre, feeling mo down ka. Diba? And it's okay to recognize that you feel this way. Sige, hinga-hinga muna para bang sige, just feel like that. But at the same time, sabihan mo rin sarili mo, hindi ako pwedeng ganito palagi. Just get back up and keep on going. Yeah. I-recognize mo that you're feeling down. Sige, take a few moments for yourself. Hinga-hinga muna and then keep going.
Laban ulit.
Yeah, laban ulit. Kasi sino ba pinaglalaban mo? Diba ikaw lang? So,
Saka, sayang nga, siguro.
yeah. And if something's not working out on your end, find other things that work for you. Kasi, hindi naman, I mean, everybody has different, yung mga different special skills. Diba? Ikaw, magaling ka sa oil. Ako, hindi ako nag-oil. So, if I wanted to play with oil, minsan, yung oil paints, baka one day mag-reach out ako sa'yo, Jandy, ano ba yung magandang gamitin na ganito? Kasi and that's what I want to bring, is we learn from other people. That's the core of it is, as a group, collectively, ang dami nating mga teachers.
I'm gonna ask you to give 3 advices sa mga new generations ng mga women ngayon to be the best version of themselves. Kasi, hindi ko sure kasi I think mas marami kang input dito kasi mas marami kang nakakasamang mga younger generations. So could you give 3 advices
Yung sa
kanila?
Yun nga, just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to be. Yung accept mo yung sarili mo. Kasi ako feeling ko work in progress pa rin ako hanggang ngayon.
Okay.
So, I don't have all the answers to everything. Ang daming time pa rin na dinadoubt ko yung sarili ko. Maraming self-doubt, definitely. I think that's something about being a woman is like, lagi mong halos kini-question yung sarili mo. Especially in spaces where it's yun nga, male-dominated. Pero yun nga, the advice that I give people is advice that I got from other women din. Na yun nga, yung make a space for yourself. Never apologize for taking up that space.
Okay.
Tapos just keep working on what you like to do. Yung kung meron kang hilig, like, ano man yung sarili mo, just keep on doing it.
Let it flow,
yeah,
no?
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Sabi nga ni Elsa.
May problema din si Elsa. Hindi. Pero yun nga, yung never be apologetic about yung work mo. And that's something I'm still working on. Yung belief mo sa sarili mo. Kung wala kang belief sa sarili mo, yun nga, reach out to other people because there are other people who are definitely like in your corner na and keep on learning. Huwag kang stagnant dun sa mo. Kasi ako, let's say, meron akong set of ideals, yung ideologies, beliefs. Over time, nag-iba rin yun diba? Kasi yung sa mga experience mo, sa mga kasama mo, yung keep growing.
Yeah,
which is something na I'm still doing, like, katulad sinabi mo kanina, like, work in progress pa rin. Never think na tapos ka na yung parang ito na yung best na version mo kasi kaya pa, di ba? So, yun lang. Well, it's not really advice, it's just like things that I would want to do to make myself better din. Yun nga.
Alright.
Yung take criticism from other people. Wag wag kang ma-offend.
Don't take it so personal.
Don't take things so personally. Kasi definitely, ikaw yung... And eto, personally sa akin, I'm likely yung pinaka-harsh na critic ko. Totoo yung sinasabi ko, walang masasabi sa akin ng mga tao na hindi mas grabe yung nasabi ko na internally sa sarili ko. So, you have to be kinder to yourself. I'm learning to be kinder to myself. Yun nga, yung self-care din. And even sa mga lalaki, sabihin ko, kasi parang feeling ko ang mga guys medyo afraid na mag-practice ng self-care din kasi kailangan laging hindi nga, 'di ba? No, but it's important. Hindi lang it's not just for women. I feel like give yourself spaces to be softer. Hindi, I mean, take care of your skin. It's important kasi I mean, the climate, 'di ba? It's not just for women. Kayo din. So,
Okay.
so sa next episode, we'll talk about yung mga spa. Yung mga
Oo, ayos na. Oo. Why not? Oo.
yeah. Pero hindi ako yun kasi wala ako. Sige, like I said, sabon, moisturizer, tapos na ako.
Meron akong gustong i-share, okay lang?
Okay, for sure.
I've read this book about written by John Gray.
Okay.
And the name is Mars. Men are from. You know that book?
Men are from, women are from Venus. And
Yeah, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So,
Yeah.
nagkaroon ako ng sarili kong reflection sa modern art scene, kunyari. So, ang mga lalaki kasi, we are objectively defined people. Parang, pag nakagawa kami ng something, yun na yun. So, if we do something at gumana, okay na yun para sa amin. But since we met the women, or dumating si women sa buhay natin, naging parang nagkaroon tayo ng ibang klaseng validation. But if we do something, kailangan nating i-impress sila, di ba? So sometimes sarili ko lang ito So we ought to seek this validation from not only from ourselves but also from them para mas ma-perfect. So wala lang, naisip ko lang na ang appreciation or value ng art is actually nagsimula nung makilala ng men ang mga women. That's my take on that. Awan ko, hindi ko alam, parang na-realize ko lang.
Yeah. Kasi, I think women in general mas inward thinking. Yung parang talagang nasa loob yung maraming kumukulong sa loob. I don't know, I don't think I should generalize and say na yung appreciation just came from women. Like, it could have, or ano, pero sa art, it's talagang...
Yeah, ano siya, so one-sided siya, no?
Yeah.
But, sa akin lang.
That's an interesting notion, though. Yeah. I haven't read that book yet, so I'll have to read it.
Hindi niya sinabing ganun directly, but parang mapapaisip ka na lang. Actually, it's a book para sa mga babae talaga yon. Oo. Pero maganda siyang libro.
Yeah.
Pakinggan niyo sa YouTube.
Okay.
Ano. So, yun. Book recommendation.
Another thing that I would have to make time for.
Dami yun 100 ways to make the women feel loved. Dami.
Alam mo, you can keep on reading about that for however long you like, but instead of spending so much time reading about it, alam mo, parang feeling ko napakasimple din ng gusto ng mga babae. Yung parang bang, just recognize na nandyan siya. Yung parang little things.
Yeah.
You don't need to make grandiose expressions of yung love mo. Yung, ako feeling ko like if I were in a relationship na yung just little things. Yung, naalala mo na this is something that I like, tapos uwian mo ako ng ganyan. Or like, you don't even need to spend money on anything, but I'm going to do something dito sa house, like I'm gonna build you a bookcase na alam kung gusto mo. Yung parang just things like that na
Yeah.
yung it doesn't need to be anything huge. Yung just like show up in like little ways.
Tinanong mo ba to?
Ano yun?
What would you tell your past?
Yung last na yan. Ito, before we end, ito, may parang lang, nakakatuwang. Ano yun, kuya? Question dito.
What would you tell your past self?
What would I tell my past self?
Yung mga time na insecure,
yes.
Because we have this insecure days, right?
Yeah.
Especially when we were a kid and when we were building our confidence. So, anong advice mo?
Sa high school self ko actually.
Okay, sure.
Nung yung dumating ka dito
Okay.
sa Canada. It's going to take a little longer for you to find your people. Pero when you do find them, it's going to be one of the greatest experiences of your life. Na just be patient. Kasi nung dumating ako dito, 'di ba, parang feeling ko nawalan ako ng community. Like nawalan ako ng circle of friends, kumbaga. And it took such a long time Ngayon, again, just like within the last several years na nangyari yun. Diba? Because
It's really long
yeah,
time.
it was a long time before I found my
Literally
people.
yung
Yeah,
sinasabi.
yeah. And again, hindi ito experience na maraming tao. Maybe some people, yeah, again, iba-iba yung mga experiences. Pero yun nga, you'll just be patient. It's not going to happen for a while, but it will happen. You'll find your people. And when it did happen, yun, grabe ang laki ng pasasalamat ko na nakita ko yung tribe ko, so to speak. So it's yun, one of the best experiences sa life ko, yung just finding yung community, yung finding that acceptance. So yun lang.
Thank
Yun,
you.
excited ako. Also, pagtanda mo, makakabili ka na ng sarili mong ganda.
Kailan ang ganda mo, April?
Oo, laki ng backlog ko.
Oh, okay. Ako isa na lang. Wow.
Yung po pinapakita
Isa.
sa akin lang.
Meron akong backlog dyan na RX 70. Ewan ko kung ibibenta ko or hindi. Pero master grade na, defined siya. Yeah, version 3.
Nangalin?
RX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maganda.
Alright.
Salamat.
Thanks April and Kuya Sandy for joining me on
Thank
this
you.
conversation at naging meaningful naman. At tingin ko okay naman, no? Hindi ako naubusan ng mga questions. At again, marami pa tayong pwedeng pag-usapan sa topic na to. But, ilan sa mga takeaways siguro natin, yung about, especially sa mga women na nakikinig or makikinig ng episode na to, is to ang daming advice ni April, but isa sa mga siguro paunin natin yung like always okay lang tanungin mo yung sarili mo mag-undergo ka ng imposter syndrome. Sometimes you ask yourself, but do not ask like wag mo masyadong i-down yung sarili mo. Always look for the bright side.
Yeah.
Right?
Wag mong pakikinggan yung boses na yun kasi talagang walang mangyayari sa'yo.
Parang
yeah.
treat mo as normal siya na nangyayari talaga.
Yeah.
Hindi mo siya pwedeng pigilan.
Yeah.
It will come to you.
Yeah. Pero
Yeah.
just keep on going.
Keep on going.
Huwag ka magpatalo dyan. Yeah.
Tayo lang ng tayo.
Yeah.
Kung tinatakad ka, wait lang. Tuhod ko.
Oo nga, yun din.
Tayo pa rin. Kaya pa.
Keep going.
Kahit na mahina na yung tuhod mo, meron pa rin way para tumayo.
I know.
Gumapang ka.
Yeah.
Meron kang tungkod. Di ba? There's always way to...
Yeah.
So sa mga nakikinig ng mga female artist friends or listeners natin or in general sa lahat, di ba? So tulad ng sabi ni April, keep going. Keep being empowered, keep being Pinoy, keep being creative, at see you ulit next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Ano yun? Pwede. Ano, meron pa?
Nakita ko rito,
Ano yun?
follow her.
Ayaw nga pala. Sige, sisingit natin. Okay. So, April, any socials na gusto mong i-promote sa on this podcast?
Sa Instagram,
Okay.
I'm April Angeles Art. Tapos, finally, meron din akong nasimulan na Facebook page. Same na
Any events? Oh, yeah.
Events coming up.
Yeah.
More importantly, the event.
Kami ni Kuya Sandy, we're going to be at Obsidian, which is put on by the Public Display Agency. Mangyayari siya at Ridgewood Community League dito dun sa we're still in Millwoods. It's going to be on April 11 from 7 to 11 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and before that, punta rin kayo na Spruce Grove, 1 to 3, opening reception ng movement themed na art gallery presentation din sa Spruce Grove na art gallery. And it's yun nga, themed siya na display yung expressions of movement ng iba-ibang mga artists. So that's also going to be on April 11.
Wow.
It's from 1 to 3 p.m. yung reception, but the art is going to be up for the entire month.
Okay. So, magiging Superman kayo nung araw na yun.
Lagari kami sa araw na yun.
Well, that's the perks of having a community, having a group, having Kuya Sandy, di ba? Yun, tulungan. Thank you for tuning in, mga ka-drawing. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a comment here on YouTube and Spotify. For more audio episodes, tune in to our Spotify channel at Kwentong Drawing. And for more video episodes, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jan Victoria. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook. Just search for Kwentong Drawing. That's it. See you soon. Bye.